right, we are officially live.
Well, hi.
Let me grab my link real quick and post it in Discord. Okay, I have a chat open, so that's good. Okay.
I'm opening that right now myself.
Yeah.
I'll hit play in the video. I hope I'm not going to get some feedback loop. Oh, there's a mute button. That'll do nicely.
We'll wait for more people to get here. No, it says...
It says 0 on my end. Oh, 4. There we go.
Hello, hello for those coming in. I'm going to make a game just preemptively.
And I will join the game preemptively.
Race is already in.
Password will be 555.
Whoa, you're giving our secrets out, dude.
Not the standard password.
Oh, Vaughn, thank you for following. Let me put that alert up a bit higher.
PK just raided with a party of 14.
Amazing. Hello, hello. Thank you for the follow. Wow, there are a lot of people in here now. Amazing.
They want their sweet, sweet fantasy stars.
Yes, let me fix them.
They're fantasy starved.
Delightful.
Move this over here so we can actually see the chat. There we go.
Been waiting for you. I've been waiting for you, Pop.
You're all I ever wanted.
So, to all those who are here, thank you all for coming. We have a lot to talk about today, so let's just get into it. Oh my goodness, there's a lot happening. Shrenko, thank you for following. Okay.
What game is this?
What game is this? I don't know, some game that...
It's a brand new game.
Sonic, thank you for following. Okay, so let's talk about some stuff that's already come out this year. On my end, obviously, last week... Okay, thank you for the follow. On my end, obviously, The Eternal came out this time last week, and a lot of people have been wondering what the drop rates are for the Cube, and you know, the rates overall for advanced conversion and how it works. So, basically, for the Cube itself, as you guys know, it has 5 chances to drop in each tower run on the 10th, 20th, 30th, 40th, and 50th floors. Basically, on the first floor, the chance for the Cube to drop is a 1% chance. It's really low. And yeah, there is one person who actually rolled it. So basically how it works is it rolls a number from 1 to 100, and I have a random number just selected as a win. If you roll that number, then you win. What most people didn't know was, if you see where I'm walking to here, there's a console in this little room here. If you actually would talk to it after you roll a number, then you would see what number you rolled. So that's how that works. On the 20th floor, the chance is a 3% chance. On the 30th floor, it's a 5% chance. On the 40th floor, it's a 7% chance. And on the 50th floor, it is a 10% chance. So basically, if you add those all up, it's 26%. The good thing about the Cube is that you only need to earn it once. So once you get it, you get it. Originally, we were gonna up the chances, and I was gonna make it, well, actually, no, I was gonna make it lower. I was gonna make it 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5%, but I feel like that was a little bit harsh, so we upped it a little bit. Um, so that's basically that. And to talk a little bit about advanced conversion as well, obviously that came out with Eternal Tower. Basically, once you get the cube, you can go in to talk to Montague, and he gives you the option to use advanced conversion. You can convert two parts into one hit weapon every 3 hours. And the chances for that is basically, again, it rolls a number between 1 and 100, and the most common the most common outcome you can get is 20% hit. After that, let me think about that for a sec. So yeah, the most common outcome is 20% hit, and the chances to get that are 30%. So 30% of the time you will get 20 hit. The next most common one is 10% hit. That's a 25% chance. So basically over a 50% chance to get either 10 or 20 hit. After that, it's 30 hit, which is the next highest, which would take a 20% chance. After that, you have 40 hit, which is a 15% chance. And finally, you have 50 hit, which is a 10% chance. So that basically all adds up to 100. And that is basically the chances on you're getting your hit items. That's all I've actually released so far this year. As you all know, we did discontinue the Guns for Hire event, but I am actually making a new quest that will be unique for an event only, and it will basically be an episode 1 spaceship quest, and the battle spaceship quest, I should say. And it'll have a bunch of different enemy parts in there. It'll be unique. It'll be a unique quest to that event. So I don't think I'm going to have it ready for at least another month and a half or 2 months. So just look out for it, as we get closer to like May and June. So that's all I have working on my end right now. Pheonixmog is actually working on some stuff now as well. And obviously the Memory of the Hero came out earlier this year. So if he wants, he can talk about that too.
Well, Memory of the Hero is probably going to be a flagship quest for how much it has affected most of the community as a whole. All I really want to say about it was I spent a lot of time on that. Sometimes staying up to like 11 o'clock at night when I have to wake up at 4 just to make sure some things got done. Plenty of stuff that's kind of new in that quest. I have told many people who have not really played PSO in a while to check it out because it's just a different experience, very close to Sega, and of course has its own custom quirks to it from the research that's been done over QEdit in the last few years. In terms of like other stuff going on, my content mostly focuses around either balancing or higher end quests. The big one that I'm working on right now is a battle mode capture the flag. There's been some stuff that I found out that I've just been kind of piecing together throughout the years. Some people might even be playing capture the flag after this stream's over. But mostly I'm looking for, along with Kayak, we're just trying to flesh out some of the nuances with QEdit to understand the game more, understand the script more, see what we can kind of get away with. The CTF is a good indicator of it, but not everything is perfect right off the bat. It's been in beta for a while. But it does work. It's very fun. It's balanced, not one class is better than the other. That's kind of what I want to go for, to make sure that even like a Phonu Whirl or a Raw Marl would be viable because of just the way that I have it set up. Other than that, I have a couple other ultimate geared quests that are in development. One's not really one people have seen a lot. That uses a lot of different arena styles. If people are familiar with Realms of War from Blueburst, I'm trying to get a quest that's similar to that one. And just kind of filling in blanks. And for those who don't know, I mostly am handling the drop table changes as well. So most of those changes in the last year or so have been me with collaboration with the others. Past that, I'm just here to play. Try to be as much of a player as possible.
Yeah, I know last year, both you and I were really preoccupied with what we were building at the time. More so you than me. I know Memory of the Hero. I don't know if you have an hour count on the top of your head of how many hours that took, but man, it had to have been well over 200 or 300, I would say, just as a rough estimate.
Absolutely. And I worked on it for like 9 months, at least.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, for those that are in the chat who have not played that quest yet, I really recommend you do. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. It is probably one of the most, if not the most, ambitious custom quest ever made. Even more so than like Military Strikes Back and A New Hope. Like those were made a long time and were really impressive for the time they came out. But this quest, Memory of the Hero, is just so much more beyond that and has so much more to offer than most other quests that are out there. One thing on my end I forgot to mention was the server-sided trading in the Photon Lab. I have that actually completed, and we will maybe showcase it very quickly tonight. However, I don't have a release date for it yet because I'm not quite happy with the final result of it, so I want to try to improve it a bit more before we actually release that. But just know that the trading in the Photon Lab, where you can trade basically anything that's stored server side, will come at some point. I don't have a release date. It'll probably just be like, hey, we're going to release this in a couple days, so enjoy, kind of thing. Hysteria has some stuff that he is working on and that he's been excited to share with you. So,
Oh boy.
so I'll leave it to him with what he wants to talk about.
All right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway? I am I am going to lecture you real slow like about everything I've been up to lately, much like Boat said. First off the bat is survey call number 4. So you know what this is already. It's going to be a relatively short quest, maybe 15-20 minutes, in the seabed with random monsters. It's a bit more like Survey Call 3 or 5 in that it's not an open map style quest like Survey Call 1 was. It's very straightforward, follow the open doors kind of thing. I've always liked secrets though, so this quest has 2 secret areas in it for you all to go and find. The first is a room that's going to be good for rare hunters. It's filled with all kinds of the seabed monsters people are going to want to hunt, but it's going to be quite a difficult room. The second room is just an awful meme in some boxes. It effectively lowers the classiness of the server, so par for the course really. Anyway, Survey Call 4 should be live as of, is it right now or is it going to be later on tonight?
I just activated it while you were explaining it, so it is live right now.
Live right now, so feel free to jump on in and give it a go and see if you can find those secrets. The second big thing I'm working on is sort of filling gaps in the server, and the one big gap that stands out to me are the seasons, things like Valentine's Day, Easter, Halloween, and so on. So right now, the first time a player encounters the season, they'll try out the seasonal quests, they'll get themselves the obligatory 1 mag cell, and then that's it. Every subsequent season is basically just a fancy lobby and an end to any love rappy hunts. We'll call this the Namron problem. Hello, Namron, by the way, good to see you. So in short, seasons are not really anything special to look forward to at the moment. So to try and level things up and to try and make seasons interesting, something to look forward to, I've started making seasonal quests. So with these quests, I hope to fix some of the problems that seasons have right now. So I've started a Halloween quest during the Halloween season last year, actually. It's still being built at the moment, but it's given us a chance to do a few things we couldn't normally do for a quest. So to start with, this quest is going to be a bit more wild than that of a regular old quest. Just a bit. We don't want anything unbalanced or anything. But we can get away with a little bit more because these quests are basically only going to be up for 2 weeks or so a year anyway. So what I'm aiming for is something sort of in the vein of those Christmas fiasco quests. So what I'm building right now is an episode 1 quest. It's going to allow you to find the Halloween pumpkins for mag cells in this quest, so allowing an episode 1 instead of just episode 2. And it's also got bonuses to rare enemy rates for a select few monsters. Right, so there's 3 rare grappies and 3 Hilda bears at the moment that all have a 1 in 100 chance of being rare instead of 1 in 500. When I get around to an episode 2 quest, it's going to allow mag cell drops too, but it's also going to have the seasonal rappies drop their usual love rappy drops. So that's going to allow hunters to still have a place where they can get on with their hunts while these seasons are up. So the Halloween quests are in progress, and that was pretty far away at the moment. You'll be able to see them finished and ready for Halloween this year. Beyond all that, of course, there's a bunch of little fixes and boring stuff that'll get pushed out whenever it's done. One thing I've been working on for the last eternity, for instance, is fixing the toler experience points. It's not a huge thing or even a very important thing. In fact, it's only a bonus 13 experience per toler, but it does add to the professionalism of things, I guess you could say. The Strange Sightings camera is on the menu too, though if people complain, I'll go and make it awful out of spite. I won't bore you with the rest. Let's just say that between the 3 of us, we all have a to-do list as long as our arms. And that's it from me.
Very good. Like you mentioned, we all do have a to-do list and individual projects that we work on, but just know that all the projects that we do work on individually, we all have input on them, and we all test them thoroughly, and all of us are involved in making them.
I'm constantly bothering these guys about the Halloween stuff. Is this balanced? Do you like this? Do you like that?
How do you do this? How does this work? Yeah, we all go through the same things.
All the time.
And obviously, Christmas Fiasco 1 and 2 are... I always say that they are probably the hallmark holiday quests that were ever made. They're the best ones in my opinion. So hopefully we could get more stuff that has that kind of quality. So we're actually going to show you guys the beginning of, at the very least, the beginning of the Halloween quest, right? It's already up in there. We're good?
Yep, test 3. It's up there and ready to go. So this will be the first time that you guys have seen at least part of this quest. It'll be the first time that I am actually testing part of this quest, so expect it to fall over partway through at the very least. But we can show off the beginning.
Very good. So as you could see our new Bob the Chapter in Bob the Builder's life. And, as you can see, he is mightily struggling in life. He's not doing too well. And he likes
But we expected that, didn't we?
Yes. Okay, test 3 you said, right?
Test 3, yes.
Okay, yeah, good.
Poor Bob. One day he'll get the help he needs, but it'll probably be in prison.
Most likely. So as you can see, we load directly into the forest, and there's a bunch of NPCs here. Cool stuff.
So I'm really going for the seasonal theme, right? This is a Halloween party.
I have my BGM turned off, so I don't know if there's
There's seasonal music, yeah. I've got that, the carnival music. I've got mine down too, because I can't hear anything otherwise.
Fair enough, yeah. Mine gets too loud otherwise. All right.
So it's very Halloweeny. It'll be even more Halloweeny when the seasons are up, because obviously you can't see the fireworks or the pumpkins or anything without the season. We've got the shops here, obviously. NPCs, everything you get normally on Pioneer 2. Get too close to NPC groups and you'll be able to catch snippets of their conversations. And of course, we've got the warp to the next area.
Yeah, these guys like to talk when you get close to them, like actual conversations. Pretty cool stuff.
You're intruding. Yes, it's a party.
Yes.
So the shops right now, obviously they zoom your camera off way into the distance because you can't control that. It's always hard coded, but you're going to see pumpkins and things down there in the real deal. Normally you wouldn't be able to play the quest in this sort of condition without the season being up.
And there are more NPCs over here as well that... Quick, the adults are coming. Kids up
These
to no
kids
good.
have fireworks, except, there's no fireworks today because there's no Halloween. Oh, but it's dark because it's meant to be nighttime. Oh, I left the Ruins 2 thing in there because I was testing. Let's go Forest 2. Ruins 2 probably won't work properly.
Alright, yeah, we can just do Forest too, that's fine.
Yes. I mean, we can try Ruins 2, but we're probably going to get a room or two into it.
That's fine.
Thank you. This is Ultimate, is it?
Looks like it.
Looks like it is, yeah.
It does, yeah. I better get the proper weapons out then. I have never done an Ultimate run of this. This will be interesting. I don't know how well it's balanced.
That's what we're here for. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Oh, I'm aiming at boxes, of course.
Box
Standard
OP.
PSO targeting.
Boxes are too
It
strong.
used to happen to be all the time in Seabed. It's phone you all. You'd bring your Meagit out.
You aim at the box in the other room.
Yep. Oh yeah, what's the name of this quest going to be? Do we have a name yet? Oh, we lost Hysteria. He'll probably be back in a minute.
He's walking around at least. I do love all the particles.
Yeah, they look nice, for sure.
It's good to see fog in forest as well because of the ambience.
Oh, there you are.
That was just Linux doing Linux things. Should have known.
Sounds about right. So yeah, someone had asked if we have a name for this quest yet.
It is called Weird Night, after the Halloween soundtrack song.
Gotcha. Makes sense to me.
Episode 2 one will obviously have to have a different name, but I haven't even thought about that yet.
Yeah, probably a ways off from that.
Yes, I've still got to get Survey Core number 2 done as well. I did start that, but I don't particularly like it. I've never found Spaceship all that fun to develop for, and I don't like what I've done. But if I get it ever done with, I'll be free at long last. They are miserable quests to make.
Yeah, the battle spaceship thing I'm working on, it has very limited stuff to work with, so I am not... I don't have a lot of ideas for it right now, so that's why it's going to take a little while. But I did finish the Pioneer 2 part of it, so...
It's a start. So this quest itself is going to end in the Battle Temple. Ooh, that's actually one of the 1 in 100 rares. I've never actually seen it spawn yet.
Well, there we go.
Cool.
Got chicken for dinner now, guys.
Delicious.
I can Zonde it.
Roast parrot. Well, I'll move back here then.
Not if my trap kills it first.
Nope.
Oh, I forget what I was talking about.
Battle Temple.
Oh, right, yes. Battle Temple doesn't even have a teleport back to Pioneer 2. You've got to improvise a lot.
Yeah, you could probably just use a, drop something. Oh,
Nice.
yes, just what I wanted. The worst one. Terrible.
It's rookie numbers.
Damn.
Just
Well,
go-
at least the concept works. That's a test I hadn't seen before. Yeah, we'll have to use scripting for the warps. I actually had to do that on here too because your telepipe locations are hard-coded as well. So I had to use some script trickery to get you into the right position in forest, as opposed into the middle of nowhere.
Right, yeah.
So that does all work now, luckily. But no teleporters allowed, basically.
Yeah, I have to deal with that in Battle Spaceship too, because I'm gonna have a boss in there, and there's no boss warp, so I gotta I gotta make a console of some kind. Luckily, consoles are still in there.
And for those who have played 4A, they have known about this, but may not have been told that. The battle maps do not really give you a lot of options to work with. You got to be a lot more script heavy to make things flow in a more standardized quest format.
Got to use trickery to get them to stay in their rooms too, else I'll literally run out of their rooms and chase you into the next one.
It's not a bug; it's a feature.
That is actually a feature of this battle mode.
Yes.
Fixing it's a huge hassle though.
Yes, yes.
If you do that in regular play, you're just going to not be able to target them.
Yeah, yeah.
So use a few staggered spawns here too, because I think it just makes things a little bit more interesting.
Absolutely.
And let's face it, it makes it a bit harder for the cast as well.
Yeah, and it's
That right?
it's forest, so it needs all the help
It's
it can
not going to
get.
be hard either way, yeah.
Yeah.
Another 1 in 100 in here.
Looks like the room ID is not working on this one.
Can you not target him?
In the corner.
Oh, okay. I'll have a look at that. It should be there because I stole the room IDs directly from Sega. I can definitely check. I don't mean stole, I mean liberated.
It will not be all 4 areas. I think it's going to be Forest 2, Ruins 2, and you said Temple Battle.
Palace. Yeah,
House.
that's right.
Yep, so those 3.
And that's it. I don't want to cram every single area in because, well, for one, it makes it huge, but it sort of limits what you can do with the other seasons as well. So Easter, for instance, I might have more of a mines focus just for something different. This room gave me health. I had to take out like most of, if not all of the savage wolves because for whatever reason, they did their spawn animation, land and then sink under the floor. I have no idea why.
I had a problem with that in Schtserv Test 1. In the next room, there would be always this one stubborn one that would do it.
We used to have a bunch that spawned along here and they all did it, yeah.
I've
Something
actually
about
had
this
one
room.
happen too that way. He spawns properly on the floor, but for some reason they want to place him below.
I'm gonna blame Sega.
It's the go-to.
It's probably not wrong either.
And not enough event quests go through forest either. Like, Christmas doesn't at all. And, does summer? I don't even know.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
But we don't talk about that one.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I thought it was important to go through forest, mostly because of the rare enemies, truth be told.
Yeah, fair enough. Will there be coins as a reward?
I haven't really thought about rewards too much. I'd given it a bit of thought, and it had crossed my mind, amongst other things too. Could be a random reward, perhaps. You might get MA1 or MA2 points. Who's to say? I'm not entirely sure yet, but there'll be something, I'm sure. There'll be something. And here's another one of those 1 in 100 enemies. Not much else in this room, just boxes.
Okay.
Oh, I heard a rare drop.
Yeah, a box drop. Okay.
Photon drop, about as good as you can get out of a box.
You can take it. I'm on Dolphin. I don't keep anything I find on this.
Score, I'll have it. Here's another one of those 1 in 100 enemies. There's 3 bears, 3 rappies. This one should be the last, if I recall, of all of them. Alright. We don't need to do this room, but there is stuff in it.
We can show it off. Might as well.
Just bears. I like them when the staggered spawns. They look cool.
Yeah, it gives me that.
More realistic.
Gives me the MA2 vibe.
Yeah.
That one room.
And this here is going to be the final room of forest. This will bring us to ruins.
Oh, Bot is here. Cool. What's going on, man? How you doing today?
Hey, hey, yo.
Do we want to show off ruins, or should we move on to the next thing?
We can have a look at the first room.
Okay.
I won't drag this out too long.
Sure.
All the ruins 2 is done, but it's mostly untested. We wouldn't be able to get through, maybe the 3rd or 4th room anyway. There's bound to be something wrong with it.
Gotcha.
There always is.
Yeah, it's always the small things.
Particularly with the way I've spawned some of these enemies. I've had to unlock doors in weird ways, and it doesn't always work out.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Now, we're going to want to be careful here, because this is going to spawn a number of bears, if I've got this working.
Oh my. Okay. Sweet.
And that is that. So we'll be able to see the general structure of the ruins quest from here anyway, because you start and finish in the same room. You just run a big loop. Glad everyone spawned in the right starting positions. Good sign.
It's a good start.
This is the first time this quest has been multiplayer tested. So I'm not entirely sure I've got the balance of ruins correct yet. Some rooms might be a bit too hairy. But, well, yeah, I'll bug you all about that later, I'm sure. Plenty of testing to go before it's ready. It's actually interesting making a quest for ruins too, because you don't have the normal default enemies you'd use to make things hard. Like, you can't stick a Belra in the corner, you can't stick sorcerers around. You're basically limited to Del Sabers and Bringers. And I purposely didn't use any Bringers in the first half of this quest. I didn't want to overuse them.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Makes
the warp
sense
to the next
because they
area.
are part of the battle spaceship and palace maps.
Yeah, that's true.
This door is a little weird.
Oh, that's bloody well ruins too for you, isn't it? I have moved them so many times trying to get that right.
That makes 3 of us.
Something about ruins too.
It's because Sega used like a 4-digit decimal for these doors. So you literally have to do like 60.6696 or some crazy shit. Otherwise it just doesn't work. It's really annoying. So what I would suggest, and it would probably be terrible, is to steal from C mode.
I'll
So
have to steal from somewhere, I think. Every single area has a little quirk that makes developing in a different. Looks like doors is going to be Ruins 2's thing. Room IDs is forests.
yep.
I'm glad that mostly works. I did have an issue in that one big room in the middle.
Oh. Turned around and saw something magical.
There's a decent number of bull claws in this, so bull claw hunters should be rather happy with what's going on in this quest. South is just boxes if you're interested. Otherwise, north is the way to go.
Nice wave.
Swing that dark flow.
Don't tell
Wouldn't
me
mind
what to
testing
do.
these switches while we're here. Oh, fine. Wouldn't mind testing these switches while we're here because they should require multiplayer, but I had them working wrong in single player mode before, and I'm hoping I've fixed that.
All right.
They only lead to a side room with gunners in it. It's not the right way to go, but it'd be good to see if the door works at least.
For sure. Okay, here we go.
So it's only 2 players. The others are trapped. Oh, the traps are busted anyway. Okay, the doors, the buttons still don't work. They should release, but they don't. I'm gonna fix that.
Oh no, spooky.
Too dark for me.
Gotta fit this now Halloween theme somehow.
Exactly. Might do the night colouring for the palace as well. Maybe it's not too dark. I can't stand that one forest quest that's like pure pitch black for like half of it. It's miserable. Hilda bears everywhere. I forget what it is exactly.
I think it's Tenebrous Woods. Or
Could well be, yeah.
yeah. Should we continue or oh, there's more stuff in there.
There's 3 waves of gunners, yeah.
Okay. I didn't realize.
I'm prepared to ignore them for now. We're not Skyly.
No, we're yellow bows. Terrible.
Well, we got past one door that I didn't expect to anyway, getting into this room. That one was busted. Maybe I should consider a heal ring as well. I haven't thought about that, but androids will go through their traps.
If I am thinking about it right, Fiasco 1 has a ring that has a
Hand
hit.
of mines.
It has one in caves as well, I think. It's through a hidden switch you have to activate.
Right, okay. That's not a bad
Modification
idea.
squad.
Oh man, that's actually good now. You can get a Bringer's rifle now. You still need to get your cube, though.
Oh, that was supposed to be a secret.
Now, I haven't even tested this room single player yet, so we are actually doing better than I expected. I couldn't get here last time.
Very nice.
Need to move those Dell sabers. I rather hope they'd be able to jump that gap, but it looks like they can't.
No, they can't, unfortunately. It stinks.
I'm very limited with what I can put over there then. Probably nothing.
I think gunners can shoot? I don't remember.
Oh, gunners, yeah, that could work.
I don't remember if they shoot across this. Oh, there's more.
Yeah, activating that switch spawns the last wave. The other way is just boxes.
Fair enough.
Corridors blocked off. It's a pretty straightforward quest, all things considered. No wandering around.
Yeah, all the event, Halloween or seasonal stuff is usually pretty straightforward.
That's what I was after, yeah.
Yeah.
And perhaps I've forgotten to put an event collision down. We should be seeing things, but we're not. So this quest ends here. We've found our break.
Fair enough. Okay.
Looks pretty good so far.
Yeah, not too bad. It's smoother than I thought it'd be. Looking at some of those ways, I thought, oh, it might be a bit much, but we got through that all right.
Player Tony, thank you for the follow. Actually, I want to try. Did you fix the telepiping? I want to see if that is good yet.
Yes, that should work.
Let's take a look at that.
Please work. It did in Forest for one player at least. Please work.
Cool. Very nice.
Cool. All right, that worked. So there's
Sweet.
3 conditions I try and keep track of now. If you get in the telepipe, if you die, you should spawn in front of the medical lady, and if you just return by normal means, you should spawn in front of the teleporter over here.
Okay,
So I've
cool.
tested the teleporter, I've tested the telepipes, I haven't tested dying yet. But that can wait for another day.
All right, fair enough. I guess this concludes this part of the testing.
Yep, that's that one for now.
Before we get into the big announcement, let us go quickly into the Photon Lab trading feature. I will need to borrow one of you for this.
Most certainly.
Just admiring your NPC dialogue in here. Don't mind me.
I will make a game.
Fair enough. I'll just flick back to the stream.
Do you have it set to work if all 3 of us are in there right now?
Well, no. So right now, it does a player check when you choose the trade option on that, and if there's anything but 2 players, it'll say there is a 2-player maximum and minimum requirement for it. So,
Believe it or not, coding with more than 2 players for this feature would be an absolute nightmare.
yeah, and I'm envisioning that, like, if there are 3 players in there, someone can just go and take the items that the other person's trading, and I don't want that. That's just kind of shitty. So, for now, it's at 2. I like I said before, I want to try to improve it a bit more, but for now, this is what it's at. The password's 555.
Did you want to jump in, Corey, or should I?
You can go on in.
555. You've got corn dogs to finish.
I already did.
Oh, wow.
Well, you're screwed now, bro.
So this one is in test 1.
Poor Bob. Right. Quest has loaded. I am moving.
All right. So I am going to get. I want you to check how many. I'm going to give you HP materials. I have.
All right.
I have 87 of them. So, check how many you have.
Let's see. Probably a few now. I've been hitting the roulette pretty hard. I got 39 HP mats.
Okay, so this is how this is going to work. I'm going to hit trade. I'm going to say I want to give items. And then you get a whole bunch of options here. You get a next and then a previous. Oops. Oh, and that's not good.
That sounds promising. Have we broken something?
Yes, I broke it, but I can fix it. Okay.
That's good. This was working the other day, I promise, everyone.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you HP materials. It says I have 87 of them. I just checked before. Mm-hmm. How many do I want to trade? I'm going to give you 20. And now
Score.
It says, okay, go trade.
Alright, receive. Trade will be cancelled after waiting for 30 seconds. Trade partner found. Do I wish to receive 20 HP materials? Yes. Items received.
So if I were to go back into my check now, you can see that I have 20 less HP materials. I now have 67, and he'll probably have 59.
Once the check window comes up, yes, I do. Let me print screen this since nobody can actually see my screen right now.
You could post it in a PSO.
I will, yeah. Any moment now. Jesus, slow to post. Come on, you can do it. I believe.
So yeah, Pop, this feature will not be active in a party that has more than 2 players. Obviously, it won't be active if it has only 1 player as well. So the requirement is for now a 2-player game for this feature to work. Otherwise, you'll say not enough players in game. So why don't you give those back to me?
Yes. Okay, I'm going to select give. HP materials. Currently have 59. I'm going to give you 20.
Okay.
Waiting 30 seconds for trading partner. Typing enabled.
Okay, I will hit receive. Trade partner found. Do I wish to receive 20 HP materials? Yes. Items received.
Items traded. If I do check now, and I'll do another print screen, you should see my count is now 20 less.
Yep, and now I have my 87 back, so...
And I'm back to 39. So you can trade all sorts of things to this, can't you?
You can trade every single server-sided item that is stored in the Photon Lab here, including some other ones like Lucky Coins. You can also do MA4 tickets. You can also do Schtserv tokens. Those would be the 3 unique ones. You cannot trade special event tickets. Those are handled very differently, and we cannot add them to this console because of that. So those will remain account-sided for now. If you want, leave the games just so I can display on screen what it looks like when I try to access this by myself.
I am sodding off.
Okay, so now if I try to hit trade, you get this message. Too many or not enough players in game currently. So.
Shranko says this is a kangaroo scam. Love it.
2-player limit in the quest to initiate a trade. So there you go. that's what happens when you try to click that if there's not enough players in the game, or too many even. So that is enough for this. And do we have anything else to talk about before we get to the big thing?
Oh, I was just thinking that myself. Nothing comes to mind. Nothing on my end.
Okay.
We've made you sit through the boring stuff. It's time for the fancy stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
My body is ready, guys.
Okay. So, is there a failsafe if someone disconnects while trading? Yeah. So, if let's say you initiate a trade, it will wait 30 seconds for the other player to accept the trade. If you wait longer than 30 seconds and the trade is completely canceled, if a player disconnects while trading is occurring, then I have multiple breakpoints where there's a check for 2 players in the quest. So if someone tries to disconnect or disconnects by mistake or whatever, there are checks in place to prevent any issues from occurring. But like I said, I do hope to improve upon what you guys just saw. So hopefully I will have another way to make things even better. And we didn't show it, but there is different Meseta options too. You can, I believe I did 10,000, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100,000, and I believe I also did 500,000. So you can trade 500,000 Meseta at most at a time. Okay, let's move on to the other thing.
The other thing.
The other thing. The big thing.
That's his official name, by the way. It is the other thing.
Yes. I just need to switch scenes real quick. Okay, I can move my camera. I can move that up here somewhere. Okay.
Look at this scoot.
We living in the present, boys and girls.
I have a PowerPoint for this. It sounds really corny and cheesy, but I do. Okay. Let me just make sure that this is actually visible on the Streamlab, the OBS.
Oh, I can see that.
I have a bad echo. Who's echoing? Hold on. Let me mute myself real quick.
Sounds all right on my end, but I've got the actual stream video muted.
Shit. Okay, is there still a mute going on? Or a... Oh, I see the problem. Hold on a second. Okay, that should fix that problem now. Okay. Yep, I did. I had a second input in here, so I fixed that now. All right, so
Nice.
Let's continue. So this feature, it could impact us all, or it could fail miserably. But we do feel really good about our initial testing on this so far. Let's go to the next page. This new feature, can we get a drum roll? It's called Multi-team. Multi-team.
That dramatic fall.
People are gonna be like, "What the hell is a multi-team?" So, multi-team is exactly what it sounds like. This will allow us to link up to 3 teams together to form a 8 or 12 player party. So so after this presentation, um, we would like you to stick around because we actually have a test for this available. Um, and we will get to showcase this right away. So let's continue on with this. So yeah, this will let us link up to 3 parties together. We're gonna probably start with 2 just to see how things work. Next page. So
I can DMC 11 people.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, you can, Apex.
Fantastic. I look forward to
Yes.
seeing that.
I'm gonna DMC just for you tonight.
you're gonna piss as many people off as possible. That's the new goal in PSO. So yeah, before we even talk about some specifics in this feature, we do have some things that we really want to see able to work well. But before we even talk about our individual concerns, what I would like to do first is to actually invite Shithack. You probably noticed his name in the corner here. He's actually in the voice chat with us, and I would like to ask him basically 2 things. Um, First of all, what was it like developing this feature? I know you developed this back in um, October or November for us, and we were all just really busy and couldn't even do the work here with that we wanted to. So that's my first question. What was it like developing it? The second question would be, what do you want to see the most out of this feature?
I got one question for you is, do you hear me?
Yes, we hear you well.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay,
Yep.
thanks. Uh, uh, to answer your question, well, actually, I've been giving a thought about this since you remember this interview with this girl from UK.
Yeah, I did it. So that interview I did with her was Retro Faith. That was back in um, I want to say
Be a
back
year or
in
2 ago now, wouldn't it?
yeah, that was back in 2020. I want to say even.
Yeah, I believe you said that the next feature you would like to have was like a 8-player team or game, and I know you pulled that off like randomly,
Yeah,
and it kept coming on the subject, and we also had this thing of how we could allow 2 quests to work together and such. So uh, I've been thinking and testing stuff. And at some point in October, I think we talked about it, but I had a fairly good idea of what needs to be done. So I went ahead and made the implementation of at least a base of something to work with. So uh, the worst part and the most important part was mainly to how do you link 2 teams together or allow people to play together and see each other. So, well, I went and made this kind of demo or proof of concept, and it turns out great, I think. Well, I do believe it's a good start. Everything else is in the end of Quest developer like you, all the staff. So at this point, I believe we can do many things and add other stuffs too, as they need to be added, or if we get any other cool idea with it. So
For
I,
sure.
I I just hope this is the beginning of something that will keep going forward and not blow up in the meantime.
For sure. For sure. For sure. To talk about our concerns personally for what this slide has. Um, for me, the biggest current concern I have is stability, right? This feature will be nothing if it's not stable. So, my first goal is to make sure that this thing is stable and it's going to work with, at the very least, 8 players. We can try 12 in a different setting later, but 12 is a lot of people in a linked game. So, um, you know, we'll see how that works. I know Pheonixmog and Hysteria have their own concerns too. Why don't you guys share them, starting with Hysteria?
Balance is probably my primary concern. I put a bit of thought into this. So I'm thinking about how we can make a quest worthy of 8 players or 12 players without making it so over the top that it becomes a must do instead of a nice option to have. That's probably my primary concern. There's a few different ways we can address that, obviously. Instead of cramming it full of enemies, or we could even just adjust the rare drop rates to match, or the experience to match. We could increase enemy stats, make them much harder to fight, make it worthy of 8 players. We have options, but I think balance is going to be difficult and something that we're going to need to pay a very large amount of attention to.
Pheonixmog, what are your thoughts?
I always kind of look at the end game aspects of things. So when I think of 8 player quests, I want to make sure that you do something that is a lot more engaging and a lot more demanding of more than 4 players. But to go with what Arliss had said in chat and what Hysteria has mentioned, you can approach raid territory, but you also have to make sure that not all parties are going to be 8 players. It could be 6, it could be split 2-2, whatever the combination of players are at the time. So there's a lot of considerations beyond just placements, directions, stats that you kind of have to work with. And it's not going to be very easy because I'm sure all 3 of us may have a different goal in mind with multi-team. But from me personally, I definitely want to try and have a quest that is on a level of the one that I've made, Den of the Damned. As people who have cleared that know, that is not a very easy quest for 4 players. If there is something that I could make that is more in scale, that would be what I try to do with this. Something that you can get a whole group of players together and say, I accomplished this. We got something out of it.
For sure. For sure.
12:30 run is a go, absolutely.
Yes, something like this just opens up so many different possibilities, and we're pretty excited to get started with stuff like this. So let's go to the next slide. There's still more to discuss. So these are the things that are shared between games. So all door locks are shared. All registers are shared, which is more of a developing end thing. So you're not really gonna, people that aren't familiar with like how quests work aren't really gonna understand the concept of what registers do. But just know that it's important for the developers to share registers with games, and it can basically determine what
It
happens.
helps us keep state.
Exactly. Enemy damage and status is shared. So if Team A, let's say we have Team A and Team B, if Team A is damaging an enemy, Team B will see that damage on that enemy. The statuses that are shared between games are as follows. freeze, confuse, shock, and paralysis. Those are the only 4 that get shared. So stuff like Jelen and Zalor do not get shared. So it is still important to have a force or a support character in your team to make sure that is, there.
And that's because of the unique way Sega coded their statuses. They have different status groups, and not all of them play nice together.
Mm-hmm. And the last thing that's shared is, I'm sorry, there's also player chat. So if you were just to randomly chat in the game, the other team would see it, and they would see who types it as well. And the player position is also shared. It is going to be designated with a particle, and the particle will be the color of the player gem. So player 1 is going to be red, player 2 is going to be green, 3 is going to be yellow, 4 is going to be blue. The reason we are presenting this feature in this way and on a stream is because there's only 3 of us for devs, right? It's only, Pheonixmog, Hysteria, and I. So we're actually opening up testing applications. So what we're actually opening up is we want people to apply to any or 3 of us. And depending on the amount of people who apply, we will appoint up to 8 testers. If we get more than 10 people who apply, then we will appoint 8 people. And it will be at random. It's not going to be, I like this person, so I'm going to pick them. I will give the sign-up period, let's say 10 days. So today is the 4th of March. So let's say that we do it till Monday, March 14th. So you have 10 days to reach out to any of us. Feel free. It doesn't matter who you reach out to us. Your name will get added to the random. One thing I don't think any of us have mentioned yet about this feature is it's going to be cross-platform. So way later down the line, once we figure out balance and, stability is good, it's going to be compatible with Blueburst.
I had legitimately forgotten about that. Dreamcast too, isn't it?
Dreamcast, I don't think so. But
really? Oh, okay. I thought it was.
Maybe, I don't know. I know for sure it works with Blueburst because that is how we first tested it.
Nice.
Me and Shatak, we tested how it worked, and it worked very well in Blueburst. Obviously, the balancing between those 2 versions are extremely different, but it's going to be quite a long time before we ever see a Blueburst link to a GameCube because we're not really prepared for that right now. We got to make sure GameCube works well first.
I'd legitimately forgotten cross-platform. I'd forgotten all about it. I was too busy on our little testing. I'd forgotten.
One last thing about applications for testers. I would prefer personally if you had multiple characters in Ultimate, different classes as well, just so we can get a better idea on balance testing when we do get to that point. I would also like for you to have a stable connection. I would really prefer a wired connection, personally, for all of our testers. And then, once we figure out that, hey, it's stable with a wired connection, then, then we can bring out more less stable connections. So those are my stipulations that I am putting on it.
Send your resumes through then. 2 pages minimum. You will be judged on poise and grammar.
Yes. Is there anything else that I have on this? Yep, that's it. Let's get to some gameplay, shall we?
It's demo time. Yeah, buddy.
Okay. Let me switch back to this. Very good.
Dash begin.
Yes. All right, what difficulty are we going to play on here?
We should play on Ultimate. I will go by myself, and you two will go in a team together.
All right, I will make a game too then.
Mm-hmm. Dolphin priority.
Damn straight. So there's only 3 of us here, but we are going to demonstrate the full capability of the feature.
Yes. One thing I neglected to mention was that you cannot link with an unmatching difficulty. So you can't link an ultimate game with a normal. It just won't work. Because that's just how we have it programmed, because of obviously the HP values are different. It's going to be really buggy otherwise.
Massive desyncs everywhere.
For sure. One thing I didn't mention either was that a few months back, I asked Dr. Oran and PK Coltrane, since they are both the kind of PSO shithack resident streamers, to see if they would help me test something around this time in March. So along with the other 8 people possibly that we are going to be bringing on, you two are already signed up. You have no choice. Your soul is mine.
I was about to say the same thing. You have no choice.
So PK Coltrane, Dr. Oran, if you're watching, you are already signed up. You will already be a tester. So obviously what is going to happen in a couple weeks is I will, once we have our testers picked, I'll notify you somehow. And I'll have either a special channel created or a special group DM of some kind, and we'll be able to communicate all that way. And yes, this is a good time to ask questions about this. I see, does each group have their own drop tables? Yeah, so so each game, they're going to be linked together, but treat them both as individual games when it comes to drops, support, all PBs. They're all localized in their own game. So
I might get that Heaven Punch hereafter. You might get Masita from the same enemy. Exactly.
Exactly. So all drops are individualized to their own game. Same thing with Photon Blast. Same thing with casting techniques. You guys will see this in a minute. So, the normal rules apply to PBs. You still only have a 4-way PB. You can't go above the max. So this quest we're actually going to be running in now is an altered version of Max Attack 4, Episode 2, Route A. I figure it is a good measuring stick because it has a lot of enemies. So as you can see, this is very different. Did you guys create a link, or should I?
We haven't even loaded the quest yet. Corey, where have you run off to?
I'm in the bank. I'm grabbing my gear, man.
All right. What test quest is it anyway?
2.
2, right. And I have the first ping from Panda. Sign me up, please. I'll think about it. All right, test 2. We'll stick you down the list, Panda. Way too hot today.
So I will form a team, form a link. So as you can see on the stream here, when you talk to this, get some dialogue. You can either create a join code, or you can join a code that already is existing. So I will create a code. The code number that I got is 55667.
All right. So I'm going to come to my console here, and I'm going to enter that code. Join code 55667. Trying to link,
So
and we are now linked.
So now both of these fences are unlocked, and you see him typing memes. Yeah. So, so you can see them both on my screen. I got the colors wrong, but so one of them is green and one of them is blue. So I will have to fix that later. But so yeah, this is what it looks like. So this console is also modified. It will also wait until everyone
in both parties.
Everyone in both parties is linked up, so no one can start early. So I've already touched the console. There we go.
I'll bring out the frozen shooter and we'll see some shared statuses. I'm going to start freezing things. So on boat's end, you should see a lot of frosty monkeys.
I don't see anything frozen at the moment.
Oh, it might be that ultimate thing again.
Could be.
We have a bug to work through there, yeah.
How about now?
I have no statuses at all.
Right, well that's one thing we did notice earlier on when Bert and I were testing in Mines. Statuses were shared quite easily on normal through very hard. Ultimate, that wasn't the case. So we've still got, it's still early days for this feature. We've still got a few things to work through, but in general, like, it works pretty well. We can see, enemies are dropping dead without, having to hit them yourself, because Boat and the other party's doing it for us. Or we're doing it for him. See, the doors have unlocked.
So this quests that are going to be in this format are going to have to be modified in special ways so that all the enemies are spawned at the same time. Because if Team A is fighting enemies that haven't spawned yet for Team B, then it doesn't really work out too well, just because the damage doesn't get shared. Yeah, and obviously I'm going to be choosing different sprites for players. These are just kind of what I came up with.
It's worth noting dead players will get their own sprite too.
Right.
One of us will drop dead later on so we can see that.
Well, I'll do that right now.
He's got that dark flow mode on. And there he goes. So you should be able to see over here.
Yep, I see his dead particle. So
Alright, well I'll bring him back. Oh, now I'm dead. I just got mauled. Horribly. They did a number on me. Jesus, you sure you haven't modified stats already?
No, they're normal. So yeah.
Just that Raymar defense.
Basically.
Poor Raymar. Never gets a break.
So those 5 things that I was talking about before that can be shared, they don't have to be shared. It's an option that we can turn on or off in the settings or when we do the design on this quest. So we can choose not to share enemy damage and status, and we can also choose not to share any of the other things either, or we can just share 1 or 2 of them.
A good example was the one that you had told me a while back, was quests where you can compete against the other team.
Yeah, so you can have a race in a timed quest such as this, or, there's a lot of options. I'm getting absolutely annihilated in this corner.
Yeah, they'll do that.
Part of the reason I also wanted to pick PK and Dr. Oran is because, in theory, I could watch, our testing on stream. and see like what he's seeing. If something isn't behaving properly, that's really part of it. So.
Not the bees.
So you can just see them like randomly exploding and stuff.
Yes, I am actually on my end.
There we go. So those who are somewhat familiar with this quest,
I'm going far.
okay. So for this room specifically, there are monsters that spawn on either side of the bridge, and you have to kill them both for the monsters to spawn. So Hysteria, you can actually stick with me on this side while he kills them.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll see the monsters spawn here once he kills those. Yep. Alright. And now we can go to the next room here.
Since I'm in there first, half of that room will probably be dead by the time they get here.
Yep.
Except for the fact that your shift has run out. Oh no!
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
You are welcome.
Most of them just died.
Yep. He had that TJ out.
And I got a rare. What did we get? A photon drop. I'll give this to you later.
Score. You should play on Dolphin more often. I got a rare earlier myself, actually. What was that? Oh, HP revival. Fascinating.
Oh boy.
Poggers.
Actually, because the drop charts aren't shared, the drops aren't shared, that means you can have two separate section IDs going. If someone's drops from one ID, someone's drops from another, doesn't mean you can't play together.
Can't even hit them because you guys are annihilating them.
Just watch the show.
Gorilla behavior.
No, they didn't. So they wouldn't see the notification of me getting a rare. That might be something we can work with later, because obviously this is a feature that I wouldn't even call this in beta. This is like alpha. It's not even. If it was in beta, it'd be a lot more public. But
we're getting there, though.
yeah, for sure. The testers that sign up and get chosen will, help this feature get to beta and even finally release.
So we've got quite a few tags now. I don't have Discord open at the moment. I've seen a few come through.
I have some as well. And we'll have to figure the status thing as well, and non.
Yeah, yep.
Because that's a weird one to me.
I suspect it'll be maybe a different packet for Ultimate for whatever reason.
We can go into very hard after this one and showcase it.
Yeah, we could.
Ultimate is handled weirdly. It was kind of a tacked on thing, I guess, like most of Sega's things.
Can both of you type so it shows up on my screen, just to display that in case someone's missed it? I died! Okay, Mom. So there you go, chat. And it tells who typed it.
I got spanked by the monkey.
Is it a safe time to head out now? I gotta do some stuff. Yeah, you can. I mean, this is the big thing that we were going to show, so...
Except for that even bigger thing after this, of course.
Yes.
Oh, I heard a rare drop.
Kayak's pineapple on pizza collection.
Yes. The secret is revealed. What have we got here? Dragon Slayer. Fantastic.
God damn it.
All those geese just exploded.
No.
I'm currently getting smashed pretty hard over here.
Yeah, I demoned it twice, so should be alright. So yeah, even stuff like demons does get transferred over to the other game, because technically it is damage, so...
Yes, I remember when we were testing the Eternal Land, we demonsed some of the things on the very top floor, and because you had the ability to see how much damage demons actually did, I was doing over 10,000 damage in some cases, which is crazy.
Yeah.
It looked like this Gibbles that you had was frozen for me because I couldn't target it.
Oh, really? I probably froze it early. So I had to modify this quest so it warps all the players in the specified time so that everyone is synced up.
Yes, keeping everyone in sync is going to be one of the things that anyone who develops quests like this is going to have to really take into account.
And I do not see you guys yet.
I see you.
I see you.
I'm right next to you. Do you not see me?
I see you both, or I see one of you now.
Corey's gone ahead.
Okay, yeah, I see you both now. Okay. So, yeah, it just takes a little bit to catch up, I guess.
Oh, I'm getting pimp slapped.
Save the sexy Ramar.
I was specifically requested to play my Raymar because of how good he looks.
So yeah, I play on GC Loader as well, Milko. It'll behave fine regardless, even if you load like, you know, a couple seconds faster. It's not a big deal. The more important thing is to make sure that you know, everything is synced up in the game properly. So like obviously in this quest specifically, these boxes in this room is normally not required, but I did make these enemies required as well. So this version is definitely modified a bit from the original.
Boom, held. Got him good.
Oh, really?
Thank you, sexy Ramar.
Sam straight to the Shadow Realm.
Oh, I don't have shifter. Yeah, region shouldn't matter too much, because obviously, you know, I'm on the east coast of the U.S., Pheonixmog's on the west coast, and, you know, Hysteria is all the way in,
I'm on another planet, basically.
yeah, as far as away as you could get, so we're not worried about region so much. Just as long as your connection is stable is the important thing for us right now.
Space Moth.
I have frozen.
Don't do it, don't do it. Oh, I can't move. I'd shift to you, I promise. I just can't get to you.
Don't worry, I'm just letting the squids kill themselves with confusion.
Nice.
Which Kayak would see if we were in very hard right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Not quite sure what's going on with that. So these
Would have still got the damage, just not saw the status effect. Yeah.
And that's just because Ultimate handles it a little differently. Oh, you demon those boxes.
Yes, I did.
Got him good. Ah! I had 100.
Thank you.
How about that? So I'm photon blasting right now. I don't know if you see any effect on your end, dear bird.
No, we didn't do anything for that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Probably could. I mean, there is a... we can do something quest end for that, for sure.
Oh yeah, because we can get player state, can't we? And that's one of them.
Mm-hmm. Although the death side of it is not handled in the quest. It's actually handled by the server. Oddly enough.
Oh, okay.
So... Jesus. So when this feature is available, I think what we're going to end up doing is we're probably going to have a separate quest section for this, because the quests that we do end up using are going to have to be modified in a special way. So, you know, we couldn't use... I think it would be a bit confusing. Oh my god, they just died instantly.
It's no dim, but it was pretty good.
For sure, for sure. We couldn't use the same files because they have to be altered a lot. So...
Not to mention we might be making specific 8 or 12 player quests that don't really have a 4-player variant, so we'd want them to sort of be chosen only if the player knows what they're getting into.
For sure, for sure. I think this opens up the door for a lot of like unique stuff that, you know, wouldn't have been possible before. So like you know, I don't have a frozen shooter. Sucks.
Don't worry, I'll freeze them for you.
Yeah, if only the status went through.
Yeah, one day.
Yeah.
I'm convinced.
Nice, dark flow away.
Oh, beautiful.
Damn. Got my star randomizer ready right when you swing it.
That's just mean.
It is. I didn't do it.
That was
Oh,
totally
be nice.
Oh, I died. Too bad. I have escape dolls.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh.
No, so they cannot revive me, no. So each, like, you can't affect another... Jesus. You can't affect another player in a separate game. Like, yeah, the games are linked, but the really only thing you both can share is the monsters. Oh, wow, I froze this guy.
So equally speaking, I can't cast Shifter and D-Band on him.
Right.
Or rather, he can't on me because he's better.
Exactly.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm going for the hill though. I'm being useless. Come on, come on. Oh,
Ho ho ho!
Oh my goodness. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm at the FHP.
It's that dark flow time again. Man, I want to put all or nothing one up again. I want my high caliber, I'm telling you. I've got the PGF ready to go. Sure, Apex will love it if I put that up again.
Perfect. It's funny just seeing them die.
It's a weird experience, isn't it?
I made these boxes required normally. Oh my goodness, they're all dying. I'm not doing anything.
That was hell again.
Hysteria
It's
pushing
a hell of
that
a
button.
thing. Look at that. Beautiful.
Special button too
Mwah.
strong.
My Raymar's gear used to be trash. Now it's only mildly trash. It's getting better.
Progress.
Yeah, buddy.
I do only have one freeze trap left, so you might want to be careful with what we have.
I'll bring out the frozen shooter.
Because there'll be some Sinnohs on the next wave.
Stranko, no, S-Reds would not count because it's still treated as a technique even though you're attacking.
Forecast is real. Never forget. Oh, that's a lot of robot. Ooh. Thank you.
Yeah, Arliss, I don't know, I don't really have an answer for that specific question because we're not really close to seeing where this feature is going to take us yet.
And from what I piggybacked off of from earlier, Arliss, that's something that's going to take some time. It's on the menu, but behind a lot of other things that are being done.
I am at 100.
I'm at a
I
dead
am
spot.
too.
Well, if we can get these robots off our backs for a little bit, I'll go twins.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm in a really bad spot.
I'm not sure if there is a good spot with this wave. There I go.
I'll get you in a second.
No rush.
Okay, I'll revive you, and then I will do Pilla.
Alright.
I will wait to kill that. Until
And go.
Okay, now I will kill it.
Uh-oh.
Is Kayak the
The
first?
biters are walking.
Kayak is the first boat-related name I used, yes. That character is older than this one, though. Kayak was also my first 200 character.
This Raymar was my first 200. $2011, I think that was.
Mm-hmm. Something like that. Sounds about right. So this is the last hallway.
Trying to wiggle through. And that was not hell, that was just angry Hughcast.
Fair enough. So
And that is that.
So out of the three of us, only one of us needs to touch that console, and that'll be shown here.
Go ahead, Corey.
Yep.
Verifying. There we go.
Very good.
We all get yeeted.
So I got Pheonixmog's color right, but not player one's color. Weird. I probably forgot to change it or something.
What did it look like? I didn't have you stream it while I was doing that.
It was a blue orb. I think it's what it was originally. I think I just forgot to change player one's.
Alright, actually, yeah, you were blue orb on mine. I should have known. Be the same thing.
Mm-hmm. And I can actually see them on Pioneer 2 as well, so that's also pretty cool.
Where are you at right now?
I am
there you are.
right next to you guys. Or right next to you, at least.
Hello.
I am in the shop area.
Orb.
Yep.
Don't mind me and my shopping habits.
Should we load something up on very hard real quick, or should we just cut it here?
Yeah,
If you guys want to check out Very Hard, I'm more than happy to do that.
Yeah, we'll just do the first room so we can show off the statuses and all that.
Bring a spread needle.
Oh, I don't have one.
I have one.
Then that makes you A-okay.
So I will make.
I have never found a spread needle. I used to be in heaps of parties back in the old days. People used to love hunting that thing. Like 2004, 2005, every single Raymar you came across is Charge Vulcans, Frozen Shooter, and spread needle. That's all I ever used.
Go ahead.
It was miserable. They were dark times.
Now we can all hunt RR together.
That's it. Get 2 RR drop potentials.
Oh, it's test 2, right?
Test 2.
Yeah, and I did very hard.
Too.
Why don't you guys create the link this time so I can show that off on my end?
Sure.
Go ahead and load
Test
it.
2. Alright, and we are in.
Alright, let me know what the code is when you get one.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible to make the boss/enemy AI much more extreme with more than 4 players? Yes. We can like, just initial balancing, we're thinking like somewhere around double HP maybe if we're having like 8 players, or if it's intended for 8 players. But you know, we're still pretty far from that, honestly. It's going to be a while till we even get to test like modified enemies. It's just to make sure 8 players runs well to begin with.
But there are interesting things we can do with enemies that would be worthy of an 8-player quest. Things like, well, Merry Carols, for instance. We can do a fair bit with those. That sort of tick, boom, poison explosion thing they do, we can control the radius of, well, how much space that explosion is going to take, so we can make that bigger, for instance. Things of that nature, but yeah, we're a long way off. Alright, code is 76788.
767. Wait, what was it?
76788.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I am now linked.
2 parties are now linked. I see you.
And I see both of you as well. Okay.
Alright, so Corey's got his rainbow baton out. Guess we'll go for confuse. So I'll stand back and just watch.
You can always use a trap as well. Yep, so they're confused.
Only part of them, of
Freeze.
course.
A couple of them, yeah.
I'll
Should see
FT
some
the next
frozen
wave.
now.
Yep, I see some frozen. I see some confused. So yeah, below ultimate, it likes to share the statuses, but For some reason, Ultimate is handling it differently, so we'll have to figure that out at some point.
Most of them should be frozen for you.
Yes, except like 2. So,
It's that trap range.
so yeah, PK. To answer your question, that's part of the balance stuff that we need to eventually look at. We'll get there though. A lot of the testing is going to be figuring out, okay, like, how do we balance this? Is this stable? Is this going to work? What quests do we make 8-player versions for? Then we try 12-player and see if that works. You know, it's going to be a bit of a process, but we'll get there eventually. All right,
Go ahead and paralyze these geese.
Oh,
Just to showcase.
I don't have a spread needle.
You got proxy on? You can make yourself one.
Do you have an arrest? Well, it's better for you to arrest.
Actually, that's true, so you can see it. Oh, I've got nothing, unfortunately.
Yeah, all my stuff's on the Hugh Castle. That's enough, though.
I got freeze, I got Zell, I got hell, I got demons.
Yeah.
Got
And
frozen
charge.
geese.
That's about it.
Yeah, I used Rabarda. I'm gonna try to shock one randomly, but it's really hard. Zonde.
Mesa beam, let's go.
Oh, they're just dying instead. Okay.
We have a angry Ramar in the premise.
Forgot how much quicker they die on very hard.
Okay.
Not like the jump to ultimate is only a small thing, it's big.
Yeah, for sure. I guess that's all we're gonna be showing with this feature. If, by the way, let's say they were to close out their game, I would get a new scroll text update that they left the game, or like there's less links now or something.
Let's do that.
1010 would play good. And I also get their notification that they're lobbying as well. It says C2 exiting quest.
That's me quitting and going back to the lobby, yep.
Yeah, C2 is that green color text, so that's why it displays that.
You just saw my dot there disappear there too. Only Corey left. Bubble Man.
Yeah, I still see... Okay, there he goes. He's leaving now.
Yeah, it looked like the particles right now don't link up. When that happened, I was watching you move. You were watching me not move.
Mm-hmm.
There was a desync there.
Gotcha.
There you go. One party now linked. He's off on his lonesome.
Yep. All right. That's going to be it. Do we have anything else to talk about before we close out?
Not from me, I think.
Yeah, I'm good on my end as well. All right. Thank you all so much for joining. We hope to get a lot of applications for testing, so we can get
a whole bunch already.
Yeah, I've got a couple myself. So hopefully, we get at least double digits, so we can bring on a lot of testers, and we can get this feature out quicker the more testers we have. So, please, if you meet the specifications we mentioned earlier, which is having multiple classes in Ultimate and having a wired connection that's stable, optional, but best if you have it, is a way to back up your data in case something really weird happens. Those are the 3 things that I would really like to have from a tester's perspective. But yeah.
And of course, a lot of thanks to Shithack who actually put this together, you clever man.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Shithack.
Yes, absolutely. Without him, none of this would be possible. So we owe him a lot of credit for sure.
You're welcome.
I'm sure he's interested in seeing what craziness we cook up with this. So I guess a lot of the hard work is out of his hands, and now it's in our 3 hands to figure it out.
Yeah,
so.
well, any idea, I'm up for it. I mean,
That's
being
the
able
way,
to-
yeah.
For sure. You know, you often just accept our crazy ideas at face value, and you either say, "Okay, no problem," or "Not possible," or you know, maybe in 2025 or something is when we joke about stuff like that. So, but
Just
yeah,
We've got a lot in 2025 now. We've got to start moving on to 2026, I think.
when we say 2023 or stuff like this, I always thought how I can make it up. So
yeah, yeah.
it's kind of feel of a challenge anyway. So
Yeah, for sure. This is, you know, multi-team is going to be a really, really cool feature when it's released. Hopefully, we can do that sooner than later when it's public. Obviously, when it comes to testing, I'm going to try to stream as much as possible for it. And obviously, if I can't stream, then the testers, you know, obviously Dr. Oran and PK can stream whenever they want. And you know, if any of the other testers are streamers as well, just happens to be that way, then you know, so be it. They can also stream. But anyway, thank you guys for joining our stream, and stay tuned in about 10 days from now when we choose testers, and we'll reach out to you when that happens. So take care and have a good night.
Yes, thank you all, and see you next time.
Have a good night, everybody.